All right. Hello, hello. Happy Monday. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you're all doing well today. Just going through this playlist right now because I'm unsure. I mean, it's actually not even finished, so I probably won't do this one. Probably won't do this one. Hey, Holly. Hi, Nicolette. How are you two? Doing good this fine morning? Hopefully. Hey, Jessica. Happy Monday. New med's been a trip. New meds are always weird. I'm so not a Monday morning person. Well, I feel special because I feel like you're always here on Monday morning with me. I feel special. I know. Snuggled in bed. Hi, Stephanie. Good morning. Maybe I should move my microphone closer to my face. Hi. I'm really excited for today. Pretty excited for this month. Just so we're all on the same page. It is August today. Did you know that? It's fucking August. Year 2022, okay? So every time we come up on a new month, we do a new theme. And this month, our theme is going to be back bends. Burr, 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 burr. Pretty inspired because I've been taking classes with Irene Papas, Fit Queen Irene on Instagram, because teachers need teachers, and I am my best teacher when I am a student. So I've been learning a lot of amazing stuff from her on back bends in particular, and to just keep myself in practice with back bends, because honestly, back bends are just not my favorite thing to do, okay? Just being upfront about that. So I want to just keep it in my practice and keep some of the drills that she has taught me within our classes, and then kind of going off on my own ideas in terms of how this fits into a power flow. Yes, back bending on your birthday month. So I know back bends are just not everybody's favorite. Yeah, they can be a little rough, a little sketchy, a little scary. So right now in the chat, I would love for some of you or all of you, if you don't feel comfortable sharing, don't share. But what is it about back bends that scare you? Or what about back bends do you love? And if you have a favorite back bend shape. So type that in the chat if you're here and chatting with us. I know that's a lot to say. I'll go first, okay? So the thing that I don't like about back bends is that I just oftentimes, I don't feel like they're my strong suit. And they are very difficult to do. It's easy for me to feel overwhelmed in them. What I like about them is that they make my front body feel really open. And so if I'm doing a lot of sitting, or if I'm doing really shitty posture stuff, it feels like such a wonderful counter to that. And one of my favorite back bends to do is wheel. I love doing wheel. So maybe we'll get to wheel today. So Jessica, does that mean that you're a Leo? I know we're starting to move out of Leo month. You want to get stronger getting out of back bends. I love that. Love Turkish drops, Holly. Yeah, I'm with you. I love the stretch that back bends provide. But they do ask you to be really strong everywhere, right? Just think of a wheel position with your hands right here and having to push. A, your shoulders have to be incredibly strong. Your arms have to be strong to do that. And then B, your shoulders have to be actually open enough to do that. Hi, Samantha. We're just about to get started. Welcome. Yeah, so every time we're doing back bends, there is an insane amount of strengthening that your posterior chain has to deal with or endure or create. Because all those muscles are contracting, right? So our front body needs to be open, back body needs to be strong. Hey Rachel, is this the class you need? I love seeing that. Yes, Katie, I'm a little nervous for back bends because I think there's a lot of vulnerability in them. And I've also lost a bit of strength and flexibility, so my body isn't there yet. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad you did because, yeah, back bends are very vulnerable. There's a reason why throughout time we've learned to protect the front of our body, whether that's through body language or literally how we make armor, how we make clothes, because this is an incredibly vulnerable space. This is, right, in our back body we have our rib cage, which protects our back, but in our front the rib cage comes up here towards the sternum, so that leaves all of this exposed, our little soft squishy underbellies, right? So we're constantly learning to try to protect this area, so it's a little counterintuitive in terms of our animal brain, our lizard brains. Well, know that as we go through this class, if anything feels too overwhelming, too vulnerable, work out of it. Take your beats, take your moments, and trust yourself. Yeah? We're going to do everything we can to prepare you for those moments of vulnerability. Pi is super ready, per usual. I put this like mat towel down, and that was a mistake because she loves it. So it's covered in cat hair. So that's what I'll be dealing with today. All right. Stephanie says, I love that back bends force you to crack your heart open and be vulnerable. Yes, exactly. And Stephanie Sikora is an amazing LA-based singing teacher, if you don't know already. Yeah, it's all of that. Diaphragmatic awareness, throat awareness. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so some tools that will be or can be helpful for your practice today. Obviously, we got mat, we need space. I've got my blocks over here. I've got 6 blocks today. You don't need 6 blocks. I have 6 blocks. For some people, having a little padding underneath your knees is really helpful when we're doing knee on the ground stuff, yeah? So this, always good to have. And something that can be really useful throughout this month, especially as we go deeper and deeper into the back, a strap, yeah? These, handy dandy. This can be your bread and butter into making a very difficult back bend accessible, whereas your legs can do the action, but maybe your shoulders aren't ready yet. Wow, Pi, thanks for making my mat warm. Literally like a little warm spot right here. All right, to make sure that I don't keep talking and then it's the end of class, I say we get started. So we're actually gonna get started in a seated position. So have a sit. If you have like a certain playlist or vibe you're going for, make it happen. I'm listening to this incomplete playlist I made. And I'm just going to trust that as it reaches the end, it's going to take over and whatever Spotify suggests is going to fit the mood. Yeah. So again, just crisscross applesauce, seated position. You're welcome, Stephanie. Great. And I want you to root through your sit bones, sit up nice and tall as you can, relaxing your shoulders down, thinking of your spine as being elongated. Nice. Now hands can be on your thighs, or they can even be on your heart, on your tummy, or both on your heart, both on your tummy, whatever's most comfortable. And we're going to start by breathing, right? Full, complete inhales and exhales. Because I know back bends make a lot of people nervous, your breath is going to be one of your tools that you're going to utilize today. Your breath has the power to kick on your parasympathetic nervous system, yeah? The thing that counters your fight or flight, which is usual response to feeling very vulnerable, and helps you to do your rest, your digest, your grounding. So if you need to, maybe these first initial breaths have a little sound on the tail end of them. Maybe they're expressive in other ways, yeah? I'm gonna pick off some of these offensively large Pi hair clumps and cover these brand new pants in her hair, because that's how you get initiated in this house. All right. Now from here, wherever your hands are, we're actually going to work first into a twist. I want you to take your right hand towards your left knee. Left hand comes behind you. Take a little peek over your left shoulder. Sit up tall with your next breath in. And exhale, breath out. Maybe you twist a little bit deeper. We'll take it back to center, do that same twist over to the other side. Left hand onto your right knee, thigh area. Right hand behind you. Sit up tall with your breath in and exhale with your breath out. Great, we'll take it all the way back towards center. We'll bring both of your hands to heart center. I want you to interlace your fingers, press your palms forwards. Great. Now I want you to lift them up above your head. Don't be afraid to flare out your ribs, lift your chest while you're here. And then I want you to release the arms. Watch this. You're gonna roll back onto your tailbone, contract, and bring the arms back forward in front of you. Nice. Once you touch your palms back together, sit up tall. Interlace, flip, push. Lift up above your head. Again, don't be afraid to elevate through your chest. Good. Is that Adrian? Oh, yes. Roll back onto your tailbone, contract, bring the hands together. Let's keep going just like this. Try to smooth out these movements. And sync with the breath. Inhales as you reach up. Exhales as you release. Oh, it feels so good for the shoulders, for my back, for everything. Let's do 3 more. Two. Last one. We're gonna meet on that contraction, my loves. Now let's take your hands onto your shin bones. I want you to bend your elbows, pull your torso forward, roll forward onto your sit bones. Open up your chest to the front. Now something I want you to feel here, squeeze your shoulder blades together to press them down your back. And then take the ribs to the left, and we're gonna do our Sufi grinds. So 360 warm up here for the spine. We're gonna do 5 in each direction, so I have 2 more to go here. And your back or front can be your stopping point, whatever you prefer. I'm gonna move in the opposite way now. Great, last 2, and then we're gonna go to tabletop. Now to get to your tabletop, you can just roll over your shin bones. You can untangle your legs, sit off to one side, literally whatever you prefer. All right, now once you're in your tabletop position, bump your hips a couple times side to side. And then I'm just gonna kitten my hands right underneath my shoulders here. I want you to peel up the heel of the hand, get a stretch on the bottoms of your hands. My thumbs are floating, and then we'll bring the heels of the hand back down, okay? Let's do a couple rounds of this. If tabletop feels like not a friendly position to do this, walk them further forwards. That's gonna reduce the weight and pressure as you do this wrist warm up. Yay, it is Adrian. My eyes were like, I think I see that name that I love and miss to see. Good, so you're just doing those little wrist push-ups. Nothing is happening in the arms here. They're staying nice and straight. I actually feel this stretch like all across my palm. So necessary. All right, now I want you to hold the heels of the hands up and then roll from pointer to pinky. You're just doing these little rainbows. I know it's a little intensive. Oh fuck, my pinky just popped. That felt really good. All right. Now to counter this, we'll tuck our toes, sit back onto your heels, and give everything a little bit of a shake out. Roll out your wrists as well. And I want you to notice if this is a comfortable position for your knees. If not, you can always just come up to kneeling. Maybe you feel more comfortable without the toes tucked, yeah? All right, we'll work our way back into tabletop, and we're gonna do puppy. We're gonna do puppy 2 ways. So first and foremost, I want you to walk your hands forward here. Great. Our shoulders are not totally warmed up yet, so it's okay to feel really tight while you are here. All right, my little puppies, let's walk ourselves back up. And we're gonna do a side puppy stretch. So I'm gonna walk my left hand to the outside of my mat, and I'm gonna slice, right thumb facing up towards the left-hand corner of my space. My forehead, or sorry, not my forehead, the side of my head can rest on my bicep, but this is really, really, really great for the side of your shoulders. Ooh, sometimes I even feel this into my ribs. And then we'll bring ourselves back up and do that same slice to the other side. So my right hand walks to the outside, left arm reaches towards the right hand corner. Wow, I'm really sore. All right, we'll bring ourselves back up to tabletop, and I want you to widen out your knees here. Walk your hands forward a little bit as well, yeah? So it's almost like you're going into child's pose, but we're gonna do this repetitious movement here. We're gonna go backwards, tapping hips towards heels, and forwards. If this is a good enough dynamic warm-up for your shoulders, stick with it. If you want something more intense, this is where your blocks can come in handy, either on their low level, medium, or even your high if you have that kind of mobility, yeah? Forwards and back. I like to think about my chest working down towards the ground. If the knees are complaining, give them a little bit of padding, yeah? All right, last 3. Last 2. And 1, we're back forwards. Realign the knees under your hips. Ditch the blocks if you have no more use for them. And we're gonna go back into downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. It might be your first downward facing dog of the day. If that is true, take any movements that you want. Any pedals through the legs, wiggles through your hips. And then we'll eventually settle our way into stillness. Yeah? When I'm starting to think about back bends, I like to think about back bends in almost every shape that I'm doing. And back bends can express themselves just in spinal lengthening. So here in your down dog, think about your sit bones pointing up towards the ceiling behind you, yeah? Even if it means you bend your knees a little bit. Try to create length through the spine, yeah? Maybe just the slightest back bend is created in your upper spine or in your mid spine. Nice, we'll lift our heels up nice and high, bend our knees, look towards the front, and then I want you to travel to the front into a forward fold. Feet hip width distance for this first one because we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna roll ourselves up to standing. So a nice counter. Nice. Once you make it all the way up, feet can stay hip width distance or you can work them together. Yeah? We'll reach both of our arms up to the sky. Big inhale. And then exhale, bringing the hands by your side body or at heart center, samastitihi. Great. Now bring the hands in front of you, connect the palms. Inhale, reach back up, give it a little back bend. Think about lifting the chest and pushing the hips forward, engaging your buns. And exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, make your way down. Halfway lift, lengthen out through the spine, lean forward into your toes. And then plant your hands, step back into a high plank position. From this high plank, glide forwards and lower all the way down to your tummy. Tops of the feet are going to touch your mat. Hands are going to stay right here. We're going to start with cobras, okay? I want you to lengthen out through the tailbone, feel the kneecaps try to float here, and peel up your heart. We have zero help from your hands right now. We're just trying to recruit the back. Remember earlier when I asked you to pull the shoulder blades down and feel that engagement through the shoulders? Do that again here. Nice. And then release everything down. Let's walk your hands back an inch or two. Same process, press the tops of the feet, feel the kneecaps engage, and then lift up. Shoulder blades pin down, back muscles engage, and melt your way down. Nice job. Now I'm going to walk my hands back just a little bit more. I'm aiming for somewhere around 90 degrees from my upper arm to my lower arm. Press into the tops of the feet. Again, feel everything float here. Now if you want, you can start to work a little pressure into the hands, but I don't want much. I still want you to feel the engagement all throughout your spine and the erectors. Now start to add the chin. See if you can tilt the chin upwards. For 3, great, for 2, and bring it back down. Push your way through tabletop into down dog, or push up into high plank and pike back to down dog. Reset your breath again. 1 inhale. Nice, 1 exhale. Let's lift up your heels, bend your knees, look forward, travel to the front. Hop, step, even if you have floats already popping today. We'll start with big toes touching, halfway lift, and with your exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing, inhale. Exhale, arms by side body. Hands come in front of you, work your back bend. Inhale, breath. Exhale, forward fold, take it down. Ardha, halfway lift. Step back into your high plank. Once more, I want you to glide forward, come down to your tummy. Start from that final position we did with our 90 degrees. Breath in, breath out. Nice. I want you to peel up the heart and head, and then start to apply like 30% pressure into your hands. Try to keep your shoulder blades down, down, down your back. Feel the lift through the chin. I know it's a lot. And work your way down. We're going to go one more time with the option to press all the way up into upward facing, but I want you to go there very sequentially, okay? Press to the tops of the feet, feel the kneecaps lift, start to peel up. Use your back all the way to the last minute, progressively pressing into the hands. Maybe you straighten out through the arms, lift through the chest. Holy shit. Inhale, breath. And exhale, then pike it back into down dog. Reset inhales and exhales. Heels lift high. Bend your knees, look forward, and travel to the front. Halfway lift, breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Rise up to standing. Inhale, breath. Exhale, samastitihi, reset. Inhale, palms attach. Get your back bend. And forward fold, take it down. Halfway lift, lengthen. Option here to take your chaturangas if you like. You can step back, hop back. You can continue all the way down and move through cobra, or keep the halfway positioning and go straight into your up dogs. Yeah. And then back into downward facing, lifting your hips up and back. Great. Reset there, breath in and breath out. Once more, we're lifting up our heels, bending our knees, looking to the front, and I want you to travel to the front. Hop, step, or float. Halfway lift is where we're meeting, and then forward fold. Great. Now I want you to bend into your knees, show me your Utkatasana, chair pose. Oftentimes in vinyasa classes, we're trying to go for this straight line. And when you get more into Ashtanga, we're trying to create more of a back-bended chair. So take your option there if you want to just feel, I guess, a little more of an elongation, or if you want to work that back bend in the Ashtanga version. One breath in. Great. With your exhale, I want you to just sweep the arms back behind you, get a little bit deeper. Cool. Hands come to heart center. Interlace, press them forwards, and I want you to try to bring your torso parallel to your mat. So get flat, flat, flat. It's really hard to do. You're going to want to hinge forward further than you think. Yes. Now really extend those butt bones behind you. I want to be able to lay a little row of grapes in those strong erector ditch. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about? Right here where your spine is and those muscles form around that Marianas Trench. I want to line up some grapes in there. Stay for a breath in, and with your exhale, forward fold, take it down, plant the hands, move through your chaturangas, up dogs if you want. We're going to meet back in downward facing. Great. Now, once you make it back into downward facing dog, let's go into three-legged. Right leg is going to lift up behind you. I want you to keep your hips square here for this first one, okay? Try to press through the right leg, feeling strength. You can point the toe if you like. Now, I want you to come forwards. Keep the protraction in the shoulders as you pull knee in towards your chest. Nice. Again, inhale, lift the right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, pull it in, push away from your mat. Last one, leg high. Knee to nose, big pull. Now step it through as quiet as you can. Lower your left knee down to the ground. Stack your shoulders up above your hips. I want you to take your right arm strong and straight to the inside of your leg, kind of close to the knee or like mid-thigh area. Create a lot of posterior tilt here, squeeze your butt. Left arm is going to reach up towards the ceiling. I want you to lift up and over towards your right hand side. So you're doing a side body stretch here. I don't know if you can see that from here. But when we're focusing on the posterior tilt and we're maintaining pressure of knee into arm, arm into thigh, big focus on your hip flexors and quads there. Great, last three. Last two. And we'll bring it all the way back up on one. Hands come down to the ground. If you're feeling a little too square, you can walk your knee back. We're gonna do hip flexor hamstring drills. So lengthen out through your front leg into your Ardha Hanumanasana, and then back forwards into your grounded Anjaneyana. Blocks can be handy here too if you just need the support. And your right foot can remain pointed or flexed. I've been doing a little more focus on pointed feet because I feel like my ankles here were getting a little too strong and my points were looking kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Pie's back. Hi. Welcome back. I took your spot. Sorry about it. All right, we're going to hold your hamstring stretch here. So you can stay just like this. If you feel it, you can melt down towards the leg, kiss a kitty face. Or you can fold all the way back here onto your heel. And same thing, trying to keep this right foot nice and pointed or flexed, whatever helps you feel the stretch more, if that's what you even want. Hump high. Not everybody wants to feel it more. Some of us want to feel it less. All right. Let's take it back forwards. Tuck left toes, lift up your left knee. Go into another hamstring stretch, this time in this like pyramid triangular position. Yeah? And then we're gonna bend into our front knee, walk our blocks or hands forward, and go into a block supported Virabhadrasana 3. Now, if you notice right away, I started to lift my leg, and that was just a little too high. We're trying to find even. We're trying to find equal. So right about there is where it looks good, yeah? Now think about the muscles of the back lifting you up here. One way I like to test myself is I like to just reach my opposite arm back. So if my left leg is extended, reaching my right arm back. Great. If you're doing this test with me, try it with the right arm forwards. Yeah. Stay strong through that left leg. And then we'll all bend into the right knee, and we're gonna come up to a single-legged standing position. Hands can be at heart, or both arms can reach up here. Nice. Now I want you to hold this single-legged position. This is one of the best shapes that you can hold or create movements with, because it asks you to turn on your back body and your butt. And anytime we lift our leg, I don't know why I needed to do 2 smacks just to hammer that point in. And while this is a lot for our hip flexors, it is also a lot of core work to keep that leg lifted. Yeah? Stick with it. 10 seconds. Last 3. Great, last 2. And 1. Let's place it down. Forward fold. Get your halfway lift, lengthen everything out. And then again, move through your chaturangas, which can just be chaturanga to up dog or chaturanga, follow it all the way down for your cobras, then pushing back into downward facing. Nice, we're already halfway through class. I don't know how that happened. God dang it. All right, from your downward facing dog, let's lift up our left leg. I guess Pi just came in to check on us. Didn't plan on staying. Now again, we're trying to work square. You can point through that left toe. Let's bring it in. Knee towards your nose, protract the shoulders. That means you're pushing into the mat as you bring it in towards your chest. Abs, what's up? Inhale, lift the left leg back up. Knee to nose, push. Last time, inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, push. Step through into your low lunge. Lower the right knee down. Stack shoulders above hips. We're gonna do that hip flexor quad opener. So first, just position your left arm inside of the thigh. Then do your big posterior tilt. Very exaggerative here. I want the glute on. Right arm reaches up. Let's take it over into your side body stretch. If you miss out on the tilt, you're gonna miss out on the magic of this pose, okay? So really make sure that's happening for you. Great. We'll take you all the way back up. Hands will come down, and we're gonna go through those hamstring hip flexor openers. So I'm just gonna walk my knee back, making sure it feels good right here in my Ardha Hanumanasana, and then I'll take it back and forth. I know that I teach this a lot, but to me, this is just something you should do as often as you can. If you're looking to maintain splits, if you're looking to have solid back bends, this is the move. Last two. And last one, we're gonna maintain your half split. You can do whatever you want here that I kind of offered already. So just melting towards the leg. If you tried it and it felt really good for your knees, you can do the sit back. And that is my stomach growling. My stomach has something to say to y'all. Feed me. This is also a great opportunity to pick cat hair off of your towel. Jesus. Oh my God. All right, we're going back forwards. We'll tuck the right toes. We're gonna push back and just work that triangle pyramid-y shape. All right, let's rebend into our front knee. I'm gonna walk myself forward on my blocks. We're going for a block supported Virabhadrasana 3. Yeah? So again, resist the urge to open your hip, lifting up the leg higher if you've got some good range of motion. Try that little test with me. So I'm gonna go left arm reaching back. Great, I'm also gonna try reaching my left arm forwards. Strong shoulders, strong leg. Here for 3. Here for 2. And then we'll bend into the standing leg. We're gonna come up and do that unilateral single-legged standing position. Yeah? Butt is on, front body is on. Hands can be on hips, or it can be reaching up towards the sky. Things that I'm always self-correcting in myself when I'm here. Sometimes I do weird rotations, weird positionings and distribution in my feet, and then hip lifting. So think about everything trying to find its anatomical stack. Yeah, I know it's hard to feel sometimes, but I assure you, once you start to feel that, some magic will happen for your practice. Last 10 seconds. Yeah. Something that happens when I really try to stand up straight here is like I feel myself collapsing into my inner arch. So I'm really focusing on my distribution, drawing my ribs in, really pressing straight through my arms. These are exercises that will also really level up your handstand game. Yeah. Because if we have a hard time standing on our feet, what makes us think we're going to have a good time trying to stand on our hands? All right, babies. Let's return your right foot back down to the ground. Fold forwards. Halfway lift. And then we'll plant your hands and you can do your chaturangas, your cobras. We're going to be back in downward facing dog. Nice. Now from that downward facing, you have options. Either down dog is going to be your resting, child pose is going to be your resting. Or you're going to start to work towards dolphin pose. So forearms are going to come down onto the ground. Big opener and strengthener for your shoulders here. Now, if you have other plans, you like this one, but you want to give yourself a rough time today, hence the power flow, taking yourself forwards and back, forwards and back. One thing that helps me feel really secure when I do this is rolling my forearm meat to the inside. So notice I'm positioning my arms, trying to lock them outwards. I know Pi just walked by as I did that. Then turning my palms to face down. That way it's really difficult to have my arms move outside, yeah? There's a tendency when we're doing things like forearm stand for our elbows to splay out. Our body is trying to make things easier for us, yeah? Right, Pie? Just got to give the cat a raspberry sometimes. All right. 10 more seconds either holding in your dolphin or doing your dolphin push-ups. Great, great, great. Last 3. Nice. Last 2. And 1. We'll bring ourselves back up into downward facing dog. And then we're going to go through a bit of a flow. My blocks are at the ready at the front just in case I need them. Okay, right leg is going to lift. Now we're going to open up your hip, bend into your knee. If it feels right, drop the right foot behind you and roll, doing your flip dog position. Wow. Now let's bring it back into three-legged dog. And I want you to bring your knee towards your chest. Good. Let's do it 2 more times. Inhale, lift high. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, inhale high. Exhale, knee to nose. Step it through into your low lunge. Now I want you to keep the knee up. Feel the hip flexor drop towards the earth, the chest lift towards the front, and then pull back into your pyramid stretch. Yeah? Blocks can be here if you need them. To me, blocks actually make this more intense because then I can stack my shoulders above my hips. You see that? Big difference when I'm here without them and when I'm here with them. I mean, you could, of course, float, right? But I'll let that be decided by you. All right, now the next time you're in this high lunge right here, one of my favorite drills that Irene gave me, without any bouncing, tap your left knee down and then lengthen it out. We're doing 7, 6, nothing else is moving but this leg. 5, 4, 3, nice. 2, and 1. Lengthen through the right leg again, giving yourself a little bit of a break. I'm going to start to pivot my left foot. Yeah? Rebend into your front knee, and we're going to reach your left arm up towards the sky. So side angle right here. Now I've got my hand on my block to the outside of my thigh. If you don't like that, take it to the inside. It's all good. As I almost fall backwards, take your breath in. And with your exhale, let's bring it up into Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, reverse. Let's get some space in your side body. Exhale, triangle pose, lengthen through the right leg. Bring the right hand down. Left arm reaches up. Nice. Now I've got my hand on the block. It was conveniently there for me. But here's how we're going to transition out of this shape. Rebend into your front knee. Pivot off your back heel. Sweep through this left arm. See that action? And then reach it up into your high crescent. Take it into your open twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forwards. And then exalted warrior. Right hand to the hamstring. Left arm up and back. Great, let's take it all the way down to the ground. I'm going to move these blocks out of my way. And you can go through your high to mid plank, your ekapada, single-legged, upward facing, and then downward facing dog. Great, left leg lifts, hip opens on this one. If you did it on the other side, drop this left foot back. Press up through the hips. So good to get that single shoulder work here. And then we'll go into our single-legged dog again. Knee towards your nose, push away from the ground. Good, 2 more times. Last one. And we'll step it through. Knee elevated, hamstring hip flexor. Yeah? I did it with blocks for this extra challenge here, just so I'm trying to keep shoulders stacked over. We've got 3 more. Don't forget to use your breaths. Wow, this side's very tight. Now once we're back into this deep lunge, no bounce, no movement other than right knee lowering and lifting. Yeah? Lower and tap. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's lengthen out through your left leg. Give it a little moment. And then I'm going to look at my back heel. I'm going to watch it pivot down towards the ground. My front knee is going to bend, so I'm in my side angle. Now I like kind of forcing it from this position because it asks me to be really open here through the back. Take your breath in. And exhale, let's take it into warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Nice. With your exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. Now we're going to start to rebend into your front leg. Pivot off of your back foot so that you work into your high crescent. Open twist, left arm back, right arm forwards. Back bend here, exalted warrior, right arm up and back, left hand tries to find your hamstring. Now let's bring it all the way back down to the ground. Moving blocks, high to mid. Upward facing. And exhale back into downward facing. Going through one more time with our final additions here. Right leg is going to lift. Hip is going to open. Knee is going to bend. Drop it back behind you. Nice. As you try this little bit of a balance challenge, see if you can bend your right leg more and float your foot up off the ground. Return back into your single-legged dog. Knee to nose. Again, inhale, leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, leg high. Knee to nose, step it through low lunge. Only doing this once. Feel the hip flexor go deep. Pull back into your stretch. Now let's adjust the back foot, bend into the front knee, low side angle. Breath in. Exhale, take it into your warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, Trikonasana triangle pose. Rebend into your front knee. Pivot off the back foot. Sometimes I need to shorten up a little bit here to come into my high crescent. And then go into your open twist from here. Now, you can take your exalted as you have been, or you can try to see if you can find more depth, grabbing for the calf, even for the heel in your exalted. Let's bring it all the way up and back. I know that was hard. And once you get framed up onto your right foot here, let's open it up wider. Drop the knee down into your deepest lunge. And by deepest, I mean adding in a quad stretch here. Yeah? Now you can just do it like we usually do, right? First testing, is my knee okay with this, or does it feel like it's gonna explode? If it feels like it's gonna explode, don't do it. Reaching back and trying to grab that foot, yeah? If you're not really liking that one, you can go with same hand, same foot. And I want that challenge to be, how much can I bring this heel in towards my butt, yeah? Maybe it touches the butt or it even goes beyond. Things that can make it one more level deeper. I like to get a block. I like to get a strap. Lasso my left foot. Put that lasso on my shoulder, yeah? Maybe this is the way it pulls in deeper, or this is the way you actually start to work some foot to head. I know this is all very intense, so of course, take all my suggestions with a grain of salt. Oh, no worries, Katie. All right. So wherever you are in your quad stretch, whether you're not taking it or taking even that deepest variation, slowly work your way out of it. And then you can go through your high to mid plank, la la la, or you can just take it back into down dog so that you can save a little energy for side two. I wish you guys could see Pi. She's just off camera, but she is on her back, coochie to the fan. She's ready for class to end too. All right. Left leg is going to lift now. Open up your hip, bend into your knee. If you dropped it back, drop it back. And work through your flip dog. Now if you tried it on the other side, see if you can bend that left knee more, which will take it up and off of the ground. Great, back into your three-legged. Knee towards your nose, big squeeze. 2 more. Last one. Knee to nose. One time, dip that hip flexor, and then pull it back, hamstring stretch. You're almost out. Pivot through the back leg, bend into the left knee, low side angle. Warrior 2, let's bring it up. Inhale, reverse. And exhale, take it into your triangle. Great, let's rebend into our front knee. Pivot off the back heel. You might need to shorten or broaden so that you're in your high crescent. Open up into your open heart twist. Left hand, again, you can do your exalteds as you have been, or if you just want to make life more hard, trying to reach for calf or heel. Yikes. Ugh. I'm taking it forwards. We're going to go into our deepest stretch yet again. So I'm taking my foot to the outside, hands are to the inside. Again, right leg can take that little bend. Okay? And if you're like, nope, it's not a day like that for me, then omit everything I'm going to say next. If it is a good one, you can reach back, do your capture, either side, honestly. Seeing, hey, is it comfortable for me to try to get my heel closer to my butt, and making those decisions from there. If you wanted to try for some foot to head stuff, strappies are so helpful. They're so helpful. Lasso up this bad boy. Come here. Come here. And you can just like loop it over your shoulder, yeah? If you're gonna try to work foot to head, I just like having a block on the other hand. Now remember earlier when I was talking about breath, you might have to take tiny little breaths right now. That's totally fine. You may need to come out of a stretch earlier. That's totally fine. Last 3. Last 2. Great. And slowly release. How did you get out of it last time? Did you just push back to down dog because that felt good? Do what feels good. I know, Pi, I can see you. All right, now let's take our knees down to the ground, because that was likely very intense and breaks are really important. We'll finish class on our ground, on our backs on the ground. I'm very sweaty right now, so sweaty and a little bit high from all that. Okay, we're going to start to work into our bridges and wheels. If you're over it and you're like, I made it this far, I'm not doing any more TL, thanks. You're going to do a nice restorative bridge, which can even just be this. Or you can stick a little block underneath you. Love it, yeah? Everybody spend like 10 more seconds in this bridge. And if you're wanting to go into wheel, then here's what you're going to start playing with next. Hands coming above your shoulders. Fingertips are going to face your shoulders. I always like to tell people, level 1 is bringing the top of your head onto the ground. Yeah, the crown of your head, the very crown. So don't feel like in order to have a wheel that you have to push through your arms straight. It's just not true. So you can come here, struggle, cuss, spit, tuck your chin, and come right back into a safe space. Yeah? If you're feeling like going for your full wheel, hands plant, and you'll push all the way straight through your arms. Now, every time I'm in wheel, I like to take a little bit of time to kind of move a little bit, rock. Maybe you feel more spacious coming up onto your tippy toes. That's totally fine. And then if you ever just feel like you're over it, have your escape plan coming back down. All right. Last 10 seconds or so to play with your wheel. Nice job, everyone. Ah! And then we'll take you down onto the ground. And here's my favorite counters, windshield wipers. Or if it feels ready, hug your knees in towards your chest. Do it gently at first, because you were just in a very extreme back bend. Yeah, Yeah. You. And then you can take this into a full twist, both knees over to your left. And then doing that same twist, both knees over to your right. And then if I have hit all those bases and you're ready to settle into our final shape Shavasana, let's head there. Lay down on your back. And I want us to just take 10 breaths here together. Just like we started class, except let these be a little more automatic, a little more background. After that 10th breath, I invite you to bring your hands either both onto your tummy or one onto your heart, one onto your tummy, and do 5 more breaths here. Connecting with the synchronicity. This beating heart, these pumping lungs. Two testaments to your life. My darlings, with so much gratitude, thank you for letting me teach you today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Monday and a wonderful rest of your week. I feel back bended, baby. Amazing job. Yes, you're welcome, Holly. Nap time. You're so welcome, Samantha. Yay, Rachel! You're so welcome. Nice job. Quick little notes before everybody heads out. I'm doing some traveling this month. My sister is getting married, and then I'm going to Atlanta to go see a concert. So, days that I will not be here, it's in 2 weeks, so the 15th, that's a Monday, we will not have this class. Yes, Itzel. Free drugs. Yes, thank you, my little lion, Jessica. Yeah, so 15th I will not be here. I will be flying home. I'll be doing a red eye, so I'll technically be home But I'm not going to make myself work because I have a feeling I'm going to feel like absolute trash. And then if you take my other classes, yeah, so we're going to still be doing our themed classes this week. So we have our Quick and Dirty 30 on Friday. On the 19th, I'm going to be doing a slow flow, teaching that on Zoom. The 11th will not have our beginners class on Zoom, nor will we on the 25th. But I'm making some really cool classes just to release that I pre-recorded, so it'll just be a little more mellow. Oh, Stephanie, I love hearing that. I love you so much. Oh, Adrian, Megan, thank you. Thank you for joining in all the way on the other side of the pond. What a pleasure. Thank you. Glad this one fit in with the time zone because I think it's like 6:30 there right now. If I have my time zones right. So yeah. Oh, she's staying with me in LA. Well, thanks for getting up early. Now it's 10:30 and you have your whole day ahead of you. Beautiful. Well, I'll be back home in LA in 2 weeks, but I'll be a busy little bee. So I'll be back on that Best Coast time zone soon enough. Yes. Yes, Nicolette. So those single-legged holds that we were doing, really good for hypermobile sacrums. Oh, you got body goals. You're so sweet. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. You're so kind. I'm blushing. I can't think of anything else to say right now. I think I told you the schedule. Yeah. Yeah, we did it. We did the day. Always here. If you guys have questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm going to stick my email in the chat. And I love to also see you guys posting in your stories on Instagram, you taking class. So if you want to do that and tag me in it, there it is. Always so appreciative of you guys. And also I'm here for questions too. If you were like, hey, that one thing we did, how can I make that easier for me, more accessible for me? Yeah. This felt funny when we did this thing. I know sometimes it's hard to hearken back when you feel like you just got the stuffing beat out of you, but but here to receive those questions. In the meantime, if you have anything to think of, we'll do a pie appreciation moment. We're going to switch back cameras. I'm going to scoop her up, and we're all going to take a gander at this pretty girl. Oh, thanks, Jessica. Oh my God, pie. She's like completely flat on her back. I don't want to. I know, I just want to scoop. Everybody loves you and misses you. I know. I'm sorry. Oh. She the long girls. Oh. Yeah. This is how you should feel after this class. Just totally relaxed. Legs long, arms long. Oh, my baby. I'm sorry, you don't like that. I realized this week that she allows me to give her raspberries on her stomach, so just had to do that for all of you. Relax your legs. Relax your legs. Wiggle it out. There you go. Yeah. Right. She gives me a couple seconds and then she's over it. Thank you for your patience. Bye. I know, she's so sweet. All right, my darlings, what a wonderful start. Thank you again. I'll see you next week. Serotonin has entered the chat. I know. There was all these moments in class where I was in like three-legged dog and I was like looking underneath and it was just her like looking at me from being flat on her back. I'm like, I can't handle it. All right, my loves. I'll see you next time. If I don't see you in my other classes this week, beginners movement on Thursday, 10 a.m. for you West Coasters, 1 o'clock for you East Coasters. And then we got our quick and dirty 30 Friday, 5 o'clock p.m. West Coast, 8 o'clock p.m. East. Love you guys.